I think you hear these guys outside here screaming at us. Of course, these are a bunch of crazy protesters, I'll tell you. And the voices that you hear out there, those crazy communists, they have no roots. They have no connections to the city. So we're going to ignore these stupid white hippies that all need to go home and take a nap because they're all over 90 years old. We are not going to let the communists destroy a great American city, let alone the nation's capital.
You beat Nazis!
Climate justice! Free!
Of my city!
The press says, he's a dictator, he's trying to take over. No, all I want is security for our people. But people that haven't gone out to dinner in Washington, D.C. in 2 years are going out to dinner. And the restaurants the last 2 days were busier than they've been in a long time.
We decided to bring the Secretary of Defense and Steve Miller to bring you guys some burgers. So you guys bust your ass all day, we give you a hamburger. Not a fair trade, but we're grateful for everything you guys do.
I know, I always liked a good cheeseburger when I was in uniform, so hopefully we deliver a few of those.
A couple of years ago, when I brought my kids here, they were being screamed at by violent vagrants, and it was scaring the hell out of my kids. And one of the things that we've done already in Union Station in just 9 days is we've made it a place where people can walk around safely. They can bring their kids again. We've brought some law and order back to Washington, D.C.
They're here to help clean up the city, and I understand the message. Next year, America's going to be 250 years old. Let's have a nice, shiny city for that.
It's just been a lot of chaos. People using the bathroom out here. People selling drugs all day long. They should have a long time ago because you got tourists walking up and down here. You got city center 2 blocks away where people are spending $1,000 and don't even feel safe coming back to their hotel rooms with the goods that they've just purchased there. You know what I
mean? So why is the National Guard here? It's all for show. You can look out in front of Union Station and see it's all for show. They leave at 10 p.m. every night. When does crime happen? They're not doing anything about crime. It's absurd. It's all a distraction.
Is bringing in tanks and troops as they cut funding for healthcare and for housing. The power is in the people, and that is why Hegseth and J.D. Vance are here today, because they're afraid.
I feel like we are on the knife's edge of a moment in history. We have the fascist, tyrannical wannabe playbook. We've seen it play out in hundreds of places.
Polls show that a majority of D.C. residents don't support the Guard here. So what's your message to the majority of D.C. residents?
I'm highly skeptical that a majority of D.C. residents don't want their city to have better public safety and more reasonable safety standards within Washington, D.C. I don't know what poll you're talking about. Maybe the same polls that said Kamala Harris will win the popular vote by 10 points.
And the voices that you hear out there, those crazy communists, they have no roots. They have no connections to the city. They have no families they are raising in this city. They have no one that they are sending to school in this city. They have no jobs in this city. But they're the ones who've been advocating for the 1%. The criminals, the killers, the rapists, the drug dealers. So we're going to ignore these stupid white hippies that all need to go home and take a nap.
The crime is minimal here. There's not really a lot of crime here. They should be deployed all over the city if he's going to deploy them, not just in one area. It looks like window dressing to me.
Make people come in from other states to sit outside of Union Station? Make it make sense.
Focusing on areas that really don't have a lot of crime.
Crime statistics manipulated by the DC police?
Well, I think that crime statistics all over our country were massively underreported. We don't have to live like this. We do not have to allow our cities to be taken over by violence and by disorder and by chaos. If the President of the United States thinks that he has to extend this order to ensure that people have access to public safety, then that's exactly what he'll do.
We are playing human whack-a-mole. By evicting encampments, they are guaranteeing to see more encampments. Instead of wasting it on militarizing our streets, we should focus on getting folks housing and support they need.
I will just reiterate, 465 total arrests and counting since the start of this operation. Those are pretty remarkable results. If not for this task force and their high level of coordination and the leadership of this president, there would have been 465 more violent criminals on the streets of this capital that you all live in every day. So I think we should all be very grateful for that.